And to take the next session, that is how smart CFOs outsmarts revenue leakages. For this, I would request Mr. Manish Kumar, Vice President, Happay by MakeMyTrip. Mr. Manish Kumar, a visionary business leader with over 20 years of experience scaling revenue, building high-performance team, and driving strategic growth across FMCG and tech. As the Vice President at Happay by MakeMyTrip, Manish leads charge on P&L growth strategy and execution, transforming how enterprises manages spend in digital-first world. His leadership journey including driving national ad sales at Star TV and heading key markets for PepsiCo, where he built go-to-market strategies that propelled businesses to the next level. An XLRI alumnus with deep expertise in sales, distribution, and business transformation, Manish is known for marrying strategic insight and executional excellence. To do the honors, please, sir.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm privileged to speak here in front of such an august gathering. And I'm going to speak on a pertinent topic, revenue leakages, and how smart finance people like you can outsmart that from happening. And also additionally, how as Happy we can help you do that. So, so in my area of work, we get to meet a lot of CFOs as well as the business leaders. And one thing that we come to realize is that these revenue leakages are very, very common. And they happen across all size of organizations, across all regions. And it's not an exception. It's a business norm. And as high as 75% of enterprises fall short on policy compliance, which eventually leads to almost as high as 5% of revenue being leaked out due to questionable claims. Also, almost as high as 8% of the overall profits can leak out if the GST claims are not done properly. And in all of these revenue leakages, T&D, travel and expense, is one of the major leakage areas. As travel spends are one of the major spends area, the leakages also are the highest in this area. And as I said, leakages aren't rare, they are routine. And the real question that we have to ask ourselves is, do we have systems enabled enough to stop the revenue leakages from happening? And again, in all the conversations that we have, one thing that we realize, the answer to this is a clear, resounding no if you're still using outdated systems, if you're still using yesterday's systems. In today's T&D complexity, you need systems that do the work on a real-time basis, proactive basis. The outdated systems flag only the recent spending patterns. They follow rigid rules, and they're really easy to bypass. They do not enforce strict policy compliance, and also on the GST front, they may give you some bit of data, but they do very little with it after that. And if your systems are reactive, as the last speaker was saying, your systems, your processes, if they are reactive, you will feel the risk. You have to move to systems which are proactive, which work on a real-time basis. And if I may ask, all of you guys are in finance field. What's the first instinct when the revenue leakages are happening, when there is a pressure on cost, when there is a pressure on P&L? What's the first instinct? Anyone? Hazard a guess? So, to cut down on travel, I'm saying because travel is one of the major spend areas, but the instinct is to cut down on costs, reduce costs. And I've worked across, as in my introduction, I've worked across major MNC companies as well as Indian companies. And this is a common thing that happens. Moment there is pressure on cost, there is an advisory, largely issued by the finance team. Cut down travel, stop travel or reduce travel, travel only when necessary. Yes, it helps. In short term, it does help. It helps relieve the pressure on the cost. It helps relieve the pressure on the P&L, and it makes it look good. However, as we see it, travel is an investment in future. Travel is your investment in your relationships in the market, and it you cut down on travel spends, your future revenue is at risk, and that is what we have seen. We work with 500 plus large enterprises, and all the data that we see, and we have analyzed that data at a meta level, the organizations which spend reduced travel spends see shortfall on revenue. The revenue growth slows down in the subsequent quarters. It's a lag indicator, and that is what we have realized, that it is an important area to spend on building relationships in the market, building your future revenue. And now that we have established that travel is important, travel spends are important, they are really needed for your future growth, and if you have systems that can't keep up with revenue leakages, what's the solve? The solve, as we see, is systems that detect the revenue leakages from happening, they deter people from doing it, and also deliver real-time growth savings. And that is where we come in. We are Happay. We have been there in the market in expense, doing solutions on expense management for the last 12 years now. And we are AI powered, all things travel and expense. And we can help you move from a reactive process to a proactive control. Let me take you through the Happay journey. It was started way back in 2012 by the founders Varun and Anshul. And in 2012, it was started as a peer-to-peer payment system. But very soon they realized that there is a huge gap in the expense management field, and they pivoted to that. By 2015, the first bit of solution was ready. In 2016, between 2016 and 18 is when we started getting our first large enterprises. And we were competing with the global behemoths like SAP Concur. And happy to share that we have replaced SAP Concur in a lot of places, and we continue to do that. But 2017, I guess, is when we got our first large enterprise customer. And happy to share again that that customer continues to stay with us. And 2021 is when Happay was acquired by Cred for both the expense as well as the payment tech platforms that were built. But last year, I think Happay has now come to the final home, to the right home with MakeMyTrip. MakeMyTrip is the country's biggest travel tech company, and Happay makes the corporate travel solution piece complete. It was missing in their repertoire, the expense piece. Now, for the corporate traveler, from starting to plan the travel till the traveler comes back and does the expense, it's a complete piece. And that's what is available with us. Talking about the features that make Happay what it is, we have the unique features. We have Expendite, which is you can do your claims. You can come back from travel and do your expense management by just clicking a picture. Our OCR will pick up all the required details, whether it is the invoice number, date, amount, place of spend, everything will be picked up in a few seconds. The smart audit feature, the feature that stands us out, it prevents all the bogus invoices, the wrong claims, and not on a reactive basis. On a proactive basis, it will not allow the user to input something that is not allowed by the policy. It will pick it up at real time. Approve now, and again, GST compliance, as I was saying earlier, not just the GST data, it will help you file the claims and give you the savings. Any one of you from FMCG companies? I worked with PepsiCo for a very long time, and one thing that we struggled with as sales leaders, we used to give this claim for the salespeople who were traveling out in the field from one point to the other. And how do you track that? That was one of the major areas of leakages. We have this feature called route tracker, where anyone who has to claim has to first start it on the app, travel from point A to B. It will pick it up on its own, the distance on a real-time basis, and if whatever rate you have approved per kilometer, it will be processed accordingly. We have feature of per diem automation. We can do that, and on top of all of this, we have the best-in-class analytics tool. It can give you all the reports that you need at a click of a button. How much spent by department, by person who's not following the policy, what savings can you derive by following. There are rules, right? 10 days prior, missed, as in same time, flights are available, but people choose a different brand, and hence savings are, hence spends increase. All of those reports are available at a real-time basis, and that again is one of the unique things. And as they say, the proof of the pudding is in eating. Our proof is in the payback that our customers receive by choosing us. The metrics that we track ourselves on, the fraudulent expense claims, as I was saying, the smart audit feature, the fraud spends reduced by as high as 45% within the first 6 months of implementation of our tool. The expense processing speed and also the efficiency increases by as high as 30% within quick time. Audit penalties because of wrong claims and all of the other things reduced by as high as 20%. And obviously everything is automated. The policy compliance goes up to 100% without a doubt. Now let me take you through some of the case studies that we have. This is one of the large customers, the first customer, as I was saying, one of the top 4 audit companies in the world. We worked along with them and implemented the solution. They've been there with us for last 8 years. Obviously, at that time, there was no mobile app which was doing this kind of a thing. Everything was manual, the bill processing as well as the policy checks. We worked with them and implemented the solution around all their affiliates as well. And obviously, when everything was manual, there was high turnaround time. Obviously, when everything is manual, when everything is taking time, there were risks around the frauds as well. We deployed our fully digital solution and gave them the mobile app, gave them the real-time processing as well as the approval capability. And as of now, we have processed more than 7 lakh reports. We have, last year alone, we helped them save 8 crore plus on approval checks, on policy checks, 29% reduction in policy violations. And this 2 weeks also, I don't think is the right data when they started. It was more than a month. And I have worked in different organizations, manual process, the Excel file, you attach all the bills, you send it to someone, that person takes its own sweet time, and it was anywhere between 20 to 30 days. Right now it says 2 weeks, and I'll take it as that, but it has reduced. Now the TAT has reduced to 3 days. And obviously there is 100% visibility across all the spends, and analytics are available. Other case study that we have is from one of the large chemical manufacturer. They had, again, this was done back in 2022, I guess, and they had a solution, but it wasn't very efficient, it wasn't very reliable, and there was no GST reconciliation that was happening. There were 5,500 plus claims were being done with 16 full-time employees just doing that. And obviously, there was a very poor user adoption. We again rolled out our, in consultation with them, we customized a little bit of solution for them, and we deployed it in less than 3 months across all their entities. And happy to share, they have been saving 1.8 to 2 crores every year on GST reconciliation. All the approvals as well as processing is automated. And that T&D headcount, and this is not coming from us, this is coming directly from their HR head. That T&D headcount, which was 16 at the start of the implementation, has reduced to 0.7. That also is just for administrative purposes. As we see it, that also is not required. And everything is being done in an automated way without any manual intervention. This is our logo sheet. We work across all the sectors, all the verticals, across large and small names in the industry, and we continue to add more logos on a weekly basis. I will not even say monthly basis. On a weekly basis, we can continue to add logos, and happy to work with you guys as well if you feel the need. Happy to take any questions if there are.
Any questions? Thank you so much, Mr. Manish Kumar. And to do the honors, I would request Mr. Selvaraj Mudliar, Divisional CFO and Finance Head, Godrej and Boyce, MFG Co-Limited Aerospace Division. Can we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Manish Kumar? Thank you so much, sir.